So this is going to be episode commentary for K105, The Spirit of Competition, and basically this one's going to start again with the intro, the kind of fire, earth, air, water bit again. So set up your episode on your computer or whatever. So that bit's going to play at the sort of start, include the intro, and basically the next time I stop speaking, when I stop speaking, I'm gonna pause, and then when I start speaking again, that will be when the commentary starts. That's when you press play, and then it should be all synced up for you. So I'm gonna pause now. Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Bannon or Airspeed Prime here, the site super moderator for Avatar The Last Airbender Online.com and the main host of the Avatar Online podcast. And I'm going to present you now with the episode commentary for The Legend of Korra episode 5, K105, The Spirit of Competition, the shipping episode of The Legend of Korra. Now, this is like the latest in a long line of Avatar shipping episodes, including episodes like 114, The Fortune Teller from the original series, 202, The Cave of Two Lovers from the original series, and 302, The Headman from the original series as well. And there's a few other shipping moments, the comic Love is Battlefield, and stuff like that. But here we have the shipping come into the straight into this episode. And the big thing in this episode is how their kind of relationships affect their performances in the pro bending arena. How when things seem to be going right for all the relationships, they're amazing as a team. When they go wrong, they're terrible as a team. And that's the kind of key to this episode. What's so good about it? And we see that Korra is happy again. You know, she's staying away from the task force for a while to just kind of concentrate on her training and pro bending. Straight away in the huddle we get that Bolin likes Korra, Korra likes Mako, and Mako sort of likes Korra but is conflicted because he's already going out with Asami. And yep. And right on cue, here comes Asami with the, as mentioned last episode, that they're going to have to wear the Future Industries logo, and here they are. And Korra is not liking this at all. And just straight away you're into this episode, so much shipping going on. Korra kind of oblivious to Bolin's advances here. PJ Byrne does an amazing job of voicing Bolin in this scene, it's really good. Two alone people, together, alone. And Korra, not sure really what's going on, just like, I gotta go. And like, add to this the fact that they all get advice from different people. Kind of Mako and Bolin talk about their relationships here. You see Korra's going to talk to Pema and Ikki and Jinora about this and stuff like that. And you see the kind of little selfish bit of Mako here. It's just like, he's already going out with someone. He's like, yeah, Korra's great. And we see that he just kind of let that slip, that he also likes Korra too. And that he doesn't want Bolin going out with her either, sort of because he doesn't want his brother to get hurt, but at the same time because he also likes Korra. So it's conflicted stuff here, and it's really realistically done, kind of teenage romance. And there's Bolin with the compliments. It's not smart to date a teammate. And Mako is kind of correct here, but at the same time he has to kind of some selfish reasons for saying this as well. Real love. That's a really nice line, and Pop is just like, why am I wet? And here's the other scene. We get the kind of guy talk scene here, and then we get the girl talk here, and the kind of contrast between this. Jinora wants all the gossip, as does Ikki. And we see the contrast of the two sisters here, Ikki and Jinora here, when they talk about it. And we see that Korra knows nothing about romance and stuff like that, and even asks these two kids. And we see that Jinora uses her reading, and she all knows about these crazy dramatic sacrifice romance, while Ikki is all the kind of fancy rainbows and flowers, love romance. And the two voice actors for Iki and Jinora here are great. Magical castle in the sky. And airbending, and it's nice that they kind of have that moment in there, just Iki using some airbending there, because she likes this story. And then Jinora, Pema with the more experience comes in to give her some advice. And here we get the first hint of Tenzin and Lane. And look, we don't find out here that it is Lane, but and like Korra agrees with this advice. She takes this advice completely on board. And she realized that she just has to be honest with her feelings and just tell Mako. And all three girls are like mesmerized by this amazing love story. And Korra's like has her heart set on that's what she's gonna do. And then we come back to the pro bending. Lovely shot there, the pro bending arena. And the inside looks really good. Shiro Shinobi comes back into play. Definitely one of the best voice acting performances from the whole show, Shiro Shinobi, voiced by Jeff Bennett, I believe. Just he has so many lines. He probably has close to the most out of any character, just because of how quickly he says stuff, and he does talk for like the whole pro bending match. So he has a lot of lines. And here we see, everyone thinks their relationships are going great, and the firefighters are really good and effective in this fight. We see how far Korra has come. She's a perfect member of the team here, fitting in perfectly well with the brothers, the fabulous Bending brothers. And just you get to see the different contrast of like bending styles inside and outside of the arena, kind of in this series, as really kind of shown here. And how it's very kind of boxing based, like MMA fighting based, as opposed to the martial arts of other bending, with the kind of tricking of the like amazing like flip moves and stuff like that added in. I just like the teamwork there of Mako going for that like kick as Bolin bends down. That's great teamwork. And you see, that stuff doesn't happen later on in the episode when the relationships aren't working and they're a bit angry at each other. And they win in the end. 3-0. And Korra picks this time to tell her feelings to Mako. And just how honest she is here, and kind of Mako kind of doesn't really know what to say here because he's going out with Asami, and it's interesting because like what can he do to kind of like have a nice resolution to this? Yeah, Korra just comes out like bluntly. I like you, we're meant for each other, and she's really embarrassed after she says it. And we see that he's lying here, but because he's going out with Asami, it's kind of odd situation, and she's feeling really down about this. And then Asami comes in. Just like the kind of timing of Asami entering these scenes is it's well done in the episode and makes the kind of whole relationships feel weird. And then Bolin is like just comes in here and cheers her up completely with the compliments, and just the kind of gigglish face that Korra has here from the compliments. Just like, wow, she's like, you really feel that way about me? She's all like giddy and stuff like that, and loves the compliment. It's just like it's a nice scene, kind of like for the kind of her self-esteem, and this is exactly kind of what Mako didn't want to happen. That kind of Korra goes out with Bolin because Mako didn't want to go out with her. It's like this interesting conflict throughout the episode. And we're not even halfway through the episode and there's already been so much shipping. It's insane. And they're at the Naruk's Seaweed Noodlery. Authentic water tribe food, nice reference. And that shows how much like Bolin cares about Korra in that he brought her to a place to get water tribe food because she's from the water tribe. And here we have the first the intro of Tano. Tano and the Wolf Bats. White Falls Wolf Bats. That's the full name of the team. And we see that Korra instantly kind of dislikes this guy, and he's just completely flamboyant and like dramatic. He's coming over, and Bolin's like scared of this guy. And that's kind of Bolin's development kind of throughout the whole season. That he becomes less afraid of these kind of conflicts and stuff like that, and becomes a kind of more confident fighter outside of the arena and as a person as well. Avatar insulting the title. And in the end, that turns out to be a very interesting thing throughout the whole series. People calling Korra Avatar Korra. Tenzin uses it kind of like insultingly, kind of almost in like the early episodes. He's like Avatar Korra. And then at the end of the series, when he calls her Avatar Korra sincerely, it's a big moment. And here's Tano insulting her. And then Korra just completely like schools Tano here. With the polar bear dog scaring him. His whole I'm so confident demeanor gone. And then the date just kind of goes from strength to strength from here. That line's going to come back later with her calling him. And the thing is, Bora it was not quite born here, but just people loved the ship from this moment. It's like because they work well together as a couple, the kind of whole burping thing. It's just crazy, over the top shipping, but it's so well done. And this scene here, the way kind of Bolin is kind of looking at Korra here, he thinks the date's going so well. Not quite here. There, this shot here, he looks down at her, she's kind of like, what is that down there, crazy? And he's all like, this date's going really well, I really like you. But yeah. And this is the kind of really kind of like scene like I didn't expect to happen in the episode, where they really kind of get insane about the relationship stuff. And Korra kind of like knows exactly what Mako's thinking right now. But when you're with her, you're thinking about me. That's a kind of like, whoa, that's a pretty shocking line to say. And they're just kind of furious at each other. And there's the character voiced by Joaquin Dos Santos, the Hey Mako guy. And we see how that kind of effect between Mako and Korra is going to affect the team fighting. Bolin has a great fight here because he's really confident after his day that he thought went well with Korra. While those two are against each other. So the team isn't completely broken at this stage, but they're not as effective as they were. Basically, just the Korra and Mako kind of teamwork in this episode isn't working so well. The rest are working well. And Bolin doesn't know what's going on here. And it's just really well done, the way that they combine both aspects of this episode, the kind of shipping romance aspect, as well as the fighting, like progressing in the pro bending tournament side as well. And Bolin's having a great kind of game here. Some amazing moves there. And even the commentator notices that there's something not quite right. And here's the first time we see the tiebreaker in the pro bending arena, what it is. The one-on-one match on the mini arena, the center of the arena. And the interesting thing about this is that they're allowed to kind of grapple. They're not allowed to punch and like kind of use kind of attacks like that, but they're allowed to grapple and wrestle, that sort of thing. Bolin confident like overrides his captain, who is Mako, and realizes that he's not quite right. He's the one on form and goes for it. That's nice development for Bolin, getting the kind of taking on a bit more leadership role. There's the grapple that we was talking about, And here's aerial earth bending. These kind of close-up fights are really well done here. And Bolin just like man of the match performance. Wins them that one. And here is the big scene. The Korra scene. Mako admits his true feelings to Korra here, basically. No, he hasn't. And we see right here that is just the thing with Mako. He right now is conflicted, and Korra kind of chooses the wrong moment to kiss him. Like, a lot of the fandom blames this completely on Mako, when in fact it was Korra who kissed him there. He just said he was conflicted. Korra did an ang, so it obviously runs in the whole Avatar thing. And then this moment kind of straddles that line between being a really kind of sad scene and a kind of humorous scene, because you do feel bad for Bolin, but at the same time it's kind of funny because the way he burst out crying, and see, the whole team is kind of broken now. None of them are kind of overly friendly with each other right now. Back to Naruk seaweed noodlery, and clearly Bolin has gotten drunk on noodles, which I thought was a funny moment. Some amazing voice acting again from Bolin. Brother betrayer. And then we see Pablo kind of like playing that Momo role of kind of overeating and can't move, his huge belly. Traitor. It's just like a funny moment. He has to like carry Bolin out. You're bad at it. That's just a brilliant line. It's just hilarious. We go back to the pro bending arena, and the team is in tatters pretty much. Bolin feels betrayed by both Korra and Mako. Mako and Korra are both a bit mad at each other. It's just, the team just gets worse and worse. And like after their previous performance where Bolin got them through, now he's not performing too well. They're in trouble in this round. And I really like the way the sport is just kind of laid out completely. It's not like the commentary just makes this sport so good. Referencing that Bolin overate, it's just like a humorous moment in the middle of the fight to show just how bad the team prepared for this match. Sponsor Flamio Instant Noodles. Amazing reference there to kind of Aang and kind of Kuzan's line, Flamio Hotman. And I really would like to know kind of who owns that company. Is it some like relation of possibly the band, the Flamios, or something like that? And we see that they've pretty much they lost the first round, they've lost the second round here. But they're still in the match, but they need a knockout in the final round. And like, this is probably one of the best kind of pro bending matches in the whole series, because there we see the reference to the previous thing I mentioned, that before Mako and Bolin did that move and it was perfect, it worked well, but in that time he hit Bolin in the back. And then that's good for Korra's character. The team isn't performing well, and she shows that kind of like angry side of like breaking the rules and gets a yellow card fan. It's just like a thing that happens in sports when something doesn't go your way, like someone like does something and gets a yellow card, something like that. We see that Korra is the one trying to keep the team together, while Mako and Bolin are the ones that don't have any hope about getting through to the final. This is their whole dream, and it's Korra, the new member of the team, that's the one trying to keep them together. She's the one who's kind of getting past all this relationship stuff right now, while they're kind of getting like stuck down by it. And the team just is not performing well. And then Bolin takes a disc to the shoulder and he's injured. Mako's injured, and the thing, Bolin tries to fight on, he just has some kind of drive to do this. And then it's left with like Korra on her own to get a knockout. It's a bad situation for them. And the interesting thing is that they take a break from this to have this scene between the two brothers. Mako helping his injured brother. And then this is such a kind of guy moment. They kind of characterized him perfectly here. Are we okay? There's not much like kind of vocal going on. It's kind of all, there's a lot physical, you know. It's like it's all about the kind of reaction between the two as opposed to what they're saying. You're just like, are we okay? Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, girls. Just like that's all that was needed to heal that kind of a brotherly bond between the two, the friendship between them. It was really well done, kind of stereotypical guy moment. And then as they come up, it's just nicely set up this scene. They come up and see Korra do this amazing thing for the team, getting them through to the kind of final round. And they realized that Korra was the one trying to keep the team together. She's the one who didn't give up on the team. And they kind of just make this kind of this thing between them all to kind of leave the romance kind of stuff out of it while the tournament's still on. They'll deal with that afterwards. For now, they're going to be a team, the best team they can possibly be. Kind of put that relationship stuff aside for a while. And here we see the Wolfbats going out for their match. And this is a great thing to have just in the final few seconds of the episode. It's like they're being introduced right now. And then we have this one scene here. Asami enters the thing. Asami compliments Korra. And Asami's really nice. Korra's really nice to Asami here. Kind of showing that she kind of, at least for now, approves of their relationship. Or like, has no issue with it. And then we see this reveal here that Korra can heal. Something you sort of assumed, but you know, the Avatar has another one of these special abilities, she can heal. It's a really nice reveal just to have there that she can do this. It's like, yes, a nice reference. And then the two have a nice moment because they thought their date went so well. And as she pays him the compliment that he paid her, and then, like, literally less than a minute later, we have that the Wolfbats have won. And then, in a kind of big cliffhanger ending, just before we're going to get to the final next episode, we have two of them being taken off on stretchers, a hole in one of the guys' helmets. So, you know, something's crazy about the way they fight. Maybe the rules are broken. Because we haven't really got the whole rule on headshots yet. And yeah, that was the shipping episode of the show. It was very well done, realistically done. The characters reacted really realistically to all the kind of situations they were put into. And with Avatar, you always get those kind of sincere scenes, like between the brothers at the end, between Korra and Bolin at the end, where they don't kind of just kind of, for many episodes, they stay angry at each other. They resolve it because they realize that right now they have to focus on the pro bending. It's gotta say it again, really well done shipping episode, and yeah, just well done. I'm gonna end it here. I'll be back probably next week with the episode commentary for K106. Oh my god, I've just forgotten the name of the episode. K106. And the winner is, that's it, ... at the end. So thank you for listening to this commentary, and bye.